Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of UA Eats. I'm UA, and I am back here in Chicago. I said back here, but maybe some of you guys don't remember the earlier days of the channel. I guess the last time I was in Chicago for the channel was maybe more than 2 years ago, or maybe about 2 years ago. But anyways, I'm here in Chicago now, and I hear that when I'm in Chi-Town, I hear that a lot of people tell me that this is not only the best steakhouse in Chicago, a lot of you guys have told me that this is the best steakhouse, period. And yeah, I have high hopes. We're here to review Bavette's, and yeah, this is a legendary, iconic steakhouse, and here in the downtown Loop area of Chicago, and yeah, lots of great restaurants here. Really, down here there's a lot of commerce, a lot of tourism, a lot of locals come down here for fancy restaurants. So if this is the best of the best, even down here, that's saying a lot. But best of the best in all of Chicago, that's saying even more. And I know that this place is gonna be pretty good because we ate at the place that this owner founded in New York. We ate at Fort Charles Prime Rib, and I gotta say, that was one of the best meal experiences of my whole life. Service left a little bit to be desired, a little bit of rudeness and condescension, but in terms of the food itself, it was absolutely fantastic. And Bavette, I think he actually founded Bavette's before Fort Charles. I could be getting that mixed up, but Bavette's is supposed to be like very, very similar. And I'm not just here by myself today. I'm actually here. I'm in Chicago to visit my friend Ben here. So hey Ben, yeah, you're on UA Eats.
I am not UA, but I'm glad to be a guest. Maybe some of you guys remember me. I was on one of your vids almost 2 years ago at this point at Bobby Flay's Burgers in Atlantic City. That was a fun trip. Now I live in Chicago. UA is here visiting, and I'm glad to visit him and be part of the channel while I'm here.
Yeah, nice returning guest here. So anyways, it might not look it in the video, but it's actually like pretty hot, right? It's really humid.
Very hot and humid, unusually so.
Yeah, and we're dressed up for it, but we better get in the AC. So, all right, let's go eat. Hi. All right, guys, so now we are inside the famous Bavette's, the Bavette Steakhouse here in Chicago, and yeah, actually the waiter came by. The service here has been incredible. Like, I gotta say, the service here is like night and day between here and Fort Charles. No offense, but at Fort Charles, they really were kind of rude sometimes and pretentious, if I can be honest, but I get it. Like, Fort Charles is arguably one of the most exclusive restaurants in the whole world at this point. But this is Bavette's, and yeah, this is the Chicago version, opened by the same owner. He also opened the Au Cheval, and the Au Cheval burger is at all of these places. Fort Charles, Au Cheval, and here, of course, at Bavette's. And yeah, the server came by to chat with us a little bit, and I mentioned that I ate at Fort Charles, and he was even impressed. He said, like, wow, that's an incredible achievement. That's like almost impossible to get into, and how'd you get in? And I'm like, I got my ways. I just tried for a whole year. I just refreshed the paid for a whole year for you guys. He said that this place is also quite difficult to get into, but for me, it was noticeably less exclusive. Like, I was able to get a reservation about 2 weeks in advance, and he also said that it's definitely easier to get in, especially on a weeknight. And for context, it's way bigger than Fort Charles. Like, it's just Fort Charles is tiny. Fort Charles is just 9 tables, and this place is like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fine. This place is at least 20 tables, if not like more than 40 tables, and there's a bar section, so I like it. And I also kind of like the vibe here more. Like, it's less claustrophobic. It feels more welcoming and less pretentious, and on top of that, the music is not so blaring loud, and the conversation noise is not so blaring loud because it's more spacious. There's more room, and there's a pretty high ceiling as well. There's a high ceiling for the noise to bounce around, to circulate around the building. But anyways, let's take a look at the menu. Atmosphere and like vibe is one thing, and culture is one thing, but food ultimately is what matters most on this channel. So this is the Bavette's menu, and just gonna zoom out here, and on the front page here, we have all our alcoholic drinks. Just gonna show you these. Ben, feel free to get one if you'd like. I don't really drink much, only for very rare occasions. Just once in a while if I feel like it, but not typically. I know many of you guys know that, but I say that for the people who are new to the channel. I'm not beating a dead horse for the regulars, but yeah, just gonna show you guys the drinks they have real quick if you want to like take a look. If you want a better look, maybe Google it in your free time, because it might be hard to see here. But then Let's take a look at the menu here. So the server told me that the menu is very similar. He said it's very similar to Fort Charles. Probably not one-to-one, but he said it's very similar. So up here we got some hors d'oeuvres. We got, let's see, we got a lot of the hors d'oeuvres seem like shellfish, so I can't eat those, but I guess, Ben, if you want to order one of the shellfishes, let me know. You know, I guess maybe we could add some of that content here that we usually can't. And then seafood here, we got more here, so yeah, I don't know. Those seafood towers might be kind of cool, and Hokkaido king crab, so we'll see what we want to get. Then we got some salads, and these all look like your typical steakhouse salads to me. Although I don't remember the smoked salmon Caesar salad. That looks really interesting. And then under sandwiches, they have the Wagyu cheeseburger, the Au Cheval, the famous Au Cheval Fort Charles, and they all carry this Wagyu cheeseburger. So very, very good, especially good if you add the fried egg on top and the thick cut bacon. But I don't think we need to beat a dead horse. I think this time, since this menu might be pretty similar, I think we're gonna try different things. So down here now to the butcher's cut. These are all our meats. So we got the bone marrow there. And I didn't have the bone marrow at Fort Charles. I had the bone marrow at 130 Club, the place founded by the former Fort Charles head chef. And the bone marrow there was out of this world. So tempted to get that again, guys. What do you guys think? So we'll see. You know, 30 bucks, I guess that's not too expensive, but it's not too cheap either. So, and then ribeye steak frites, but at Fort Charles we got the ribeye. And then here we got filet mignon. That there is the dry aged bone-in ribeye. The best steak I've ever had in my whole life at Fort Charles. So bad treatment aside, the food was out of this world, like life-changing food. But I was curious about the New York strip, so maybe we'll get that now that we're here. Although Chicago cut seems interesting, but the server told me that the Chicago cut is similar, is basically just the ribeye, but less aged. So yeah, I think we'll hold off on that and just gonna show you the prices there real quick. So, sorry, the menu's kind of wide, so it's kind of hard for me to show you the whole menu. But the bone-in the filet mignons are the top three, and the bone-in filet mignon is 85 bucks, so that must be a good filet mignon. And then it's 100 bucks, 99 bucks for the dry-aged bone-in, 80 bucks for the New York strip, and 75 bucks for the Chicago cut ribeye. And then down here are American Wagyus. It doesn't seem like they have Japanese Wagyu here. They got steak frites, New York strip, and porterhouse. So, all from Snake River Farms, a place that's all the rage these days. And then at the bottom, I think I remember there being like a brick chicken or something. I guess they don't have that here. And then they have lamb chops, stroganoff, some fish. So they even got lobster here. So all our sides, potato things, leafy greens and whatnot. Ooh, elote style corn, that is tempting. So everything here pretty reasonably priced, it looks like. Actually, a lot of these sides are cheaper than most steakhouses. So game day decision if we get a side, but I'm thinking I definitely want to get a dry aged bone-in New York strip for 80 bucks. That's a little expensive, but hopefully it's good. I mean, if it's Fort Charles quality, then I really think it might be worth it. And then I'm gonna decide later if I want to get the bone marrow, or if I hear the French dip is also really good, so that's also tempting. So tempting. So yeah, we'll have to think about it, guys. So, and then Ben, whatever you want to order, feel free to, if you want to share it for the channel, that would be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I will go ahead and get the crab cake appetizer and then the lobster frites. So I'm taking time, guys.
Oh yeah, I guess we're probably ready. You think so?
Do this. What do we have?
All right, I guess you go first. Yeah.
Of course. Can I please do the baked crab cake appetizer and then the lobster frites entree? Could I substitute the fries for the elote style corn? Nice work. And could I get the corn on a separate plate because he might have some and I don't want the crust contaminated with the shell fish?
Oh, it's already in a separate dish.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. And for you?
I want to get that I want to get the dry-aged bone-in New York strip.
How do you like it cooked?
Medium rare.
Red throughout and warm.
Yeah,
Now they serve your steak sliced off the bone, but it's sort of to help you out. You okay with that?
that sounds good.
Cool.
We want to try one more thing. I hear the French dip is pretty good.
Dip is great. You can share it. Would you have a bite or two?
Sure, plus we can always just take on the weed.
All right, we'll try it.
Let's do the French dip too. So
Yeah.
I'll just do the crab cake to start.
Thank you.
You don't, you're allergic to shellfish, so this doesn't normally get featured on the channel. I guess you could say if I didn't contribute new material, that would be pretty shellfish
Shellfish of you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Saw that coming.
All right, so the crab cake is here, and it's looking pretty good. I wish I were not allergic to shellfish. When I was not allergic, crab cakes used to be one of my favorite things in the whole world. So Ben will have to live vicariously. I'll live vicariously through Ben, I meant. So
I just wanted to say, it looks like a smiley face, so it's very happy to see us. It's got 2 eyes and the smiling mouth, so it's happy to be here.
Oh yeah, but it's not quite smiling. It's more going like, kind of. All right, it's looking kind of nice.
It's really good. I mean, the first thing is, I don't know if you can see, I'm sure you can, it's almost pure crab, which you shouldn't take for granted, because a lot of places, especially cheaper places, they'll give you a crab cake, but there's like a lot of breadcrumb or like herbs or vegetables. There's not very much crab for your money. This is almost pure crab all the way through, and it's very fresh. It tastes very fresh and it's well seasoned, which is not easy to do. You know, the reason why shellfish can be expensive, one of the reasons, is because it's very delicate, you know. It's hard to work with. You need to work with it while it's fresh, and it's got a very subtle flavor that needs to be seasoned just right. So they did a really good job. It's very moist. You know, honestly, for me, I was kind of worried that it wouldn't give good value for money, because shellfish often has small portions for a high price tag. But this is like almost completely shellfish, almost like full crab all the way through, not a lot of filler ingredients. And so I feel like it actually is giving good fresh value for what I paid.
Yeah, well said, Ben. And I feel like when I review steaks, I tend to talk about the sear. And here, look at that amazing crust they got on this crab cake. That must, that crispy texture must do wonders for it as well, with a hopefully what it sounds like to be juicy crab on the inside too. So
I think it actually is seared on both sides.
Oh, look at that, sear on both sides too. Look at that. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm so jealous. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just side to share, separate the elote.
Thank you.
Let's do a New York.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you very much. Garlic butter roasted, extra garlic butter on the side. You got sauces here, guys. Au jus, garlic aioli, and horseradish cream, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, our wonderful feast is here. We got the New York strip here, dry aged New York strip. This is smaller than the ribeye. I think it's less ounces. I think it might be 16 ounces, but it looks delicious. Look at that wonderful sear, and hopefully it's perfectly cooked. It looks perfectly cooked from this angle. And then I have heard good things about this French dip sandwich, and they were kind enough to cut this into quarters so that we can share it. You know, well, I guess we'll take home what we can't finish, even between the two of us. And some fries here. So yeah, so we subbed out the fries for elote, but we still got fries. So good that the prime rib came with that, or the French dip prime rib sandwich. Elote corn with the lobster, and this is a big portion. I thought it was just gonna be like a little cup, but no, this is a big shareable portion for both of us for sure. And here's the lobster in a shell, and that is looking wonderful. So enjoy that, my man.
I will. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so enjoy that lobster, and I'm going to enjoy the steak first. So we got surf there, and I got my turf. So first things first, let us check the doneness of this guy. Let's look at the middle of this steak real quick. Oh, baby, look at this. Look at that, medium rare. Maybe a little bit medium in one part, but that's definitely medium rare. Towards one half of it for sure. Yeah, beautiful cook if you ask me. Wow, I mean, and I think this whole steak might be cooked really evenly. It's not just, yeah, look, it's not just the middle of the steak. I mean, typically when you check the doneness, you check the middle because that's what's more likely to be cooked evenly, because you know, the steak might not be evenly sized, but this whole steak is more or less pretty evenly cooked, I think. Oh my goodness, this is just absolutely beautiful. And they got sear. Do they got sear on both sides? They got sear on one side, and they got sear on a less hard sear, but they do have a bit of color on the bottom. So a little bit of color on the bottom, not like a full sear, but a strong sear on the top, which is good enough for me, especially considering the cook. And guys, I love ribeye as much as the next guy, but I also like New York strip for its beefy flavor, a more even fattiness, and wow. I also like when they melt this strip of fat along the side of the New York strip. That's the best part of the New York strip. So, all right, so let's cut off a piece of this and give this wonderful baby a try. All right. Oh. Holy smoke, that is so good. Feel free to have some.
I'll let you have the steak, but I will say on behalf of all your fans, we appreciate the face you make when you take a really good bite of food.
Thank you.
They all know which one I mean.
Oh, that is so good. Wow, that ribeye steak that I had at Fort Charles was the best steak I've ever had in my whole life. This is pretty close. I mean, this is executed almost identically, only it's a New York strip. So it's a little less fatty, but still plenty marbled, but it's beefier. It's beefier than that ribeye was. Like, the source of its flavor is less from just being fatty. It's more so from like the flavor of the beef, like the strong beefy flavor. And I want to clarify that at Fort Charles, it was fatty, but the fat was melted evenly. Like, it was wonderfully evenly marbled throughout. While here at Bavette's, it's also cooked perfectly. It's got a great sear, perfect temperature throughout, and like the flavor of the meat in this case, like the beefy flavor is the stronger here. Great dry aged flavor as well. Like, you can really taste the dry aged flavor in this. No need to add extra salt, although they did give some finishing salt here, but I don't think we even need it because the dry aged flavor already comes out in this steak. And just look, it's tender. I mean, New York strip is not going to be as tender as ribeye because of less fat, but this is still plenty tender. Oh my goodness, it's still a very well marbled piece of meat. Let's eat this piece here with this delicious fat piece from the fat band on the New York strip. Oh, my favorite urban legend. So in England, they call New York strips sirloins. And my favorite urban legend is that apparently Henry VIII liked New York strip so much that he knighted it sirloin. And yeah, it's a funny story. I'm sure it's completely made up, but it's a funny story. That was before fact checking was invented.
Whereas nowadays, there's never any fake news.
You know, good. I was expecting that piece of fat to really be more flavorful, like really be more fatty and like, explosive, fatty, savory flavor. But, it wasn't really so much in this case, but it's okay. The whole steak is delicious enough. So even if the flavor of the fat is not quite as strong as maybe I was hoping, this steak is just incredible. So, but anyways, yeah, Ben, how's that lobster?
Overall, I think the lobster is good. I don't know if you guys can see from over there, but it's presented inside of its shell. It's not served like you have to crack it out of the shell yourself, except for the claw. You do take the meat out of the claw, but the rest of it, they've scooped out the meat and then served it back inside the shell just for the sake of presentation. And I think it's a very clever use. Overall, I think it's very tasty, very tender. I will say, if I'm being critical, I think the torso region was cooked a little bit better than the tail region. The tail was a little bit overdone and a little bit tough. That's very easy to do with a lot of shellfish, especially lobster. It's very delicate meat. If you overcook it even very slightly, it becomes rubbery. It by no means was bad, but there was just a noticeable difference. It can be difficult because this is a thinner area, and so it can cook a little bit faster and therefore overcook sooner than the rest of the fish.
Well, it's a shame that the tail section was not as good, but hopefully the non-tail section was okay.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah, but at least maybe the surf was less good, but the turf, the steak was this was one of the most perfect steaks I've had in my whole life. Wow. So, all right, let's try more food. All right, let's try some of the other dishes. Let's try some of this elote corn. I love me some elote, some Mexican street corn, if you guys are not in the know. like Mexican corn with spices and cheese, and it's great stuff. So, I love me some cheesy corn.
I would make a joke about the cheesy corn, but it would be too cheesy and too corny.
I was trying to think of a joke in reply, but I Mexican't. Okay.
I'm going to promote you to a colonel when it comes to corn.
All right, I've met my match here. Anyways, let's try the corn. That was not at all what I was expecting. Pretty good. But let me break it down. It's good. Mostly the cheese tastes good. Like there's like a pretty sharp cheese flavor. Like it kind of tastes like a white cheddar. But to be honest, I will say that while the cheese is good, I feel like there's kind of too much of it, and the flavor of the cheese is a little too strong. One thing that I like is I like a really sweet corn. I like to still be able to taste the natural sweetness of the corn, but here I can't really. In fact, I can't even taste any of the spices or seasonings. I can pretty much only taste the cheese, so it's not bad. But yeah, this is more like a cheesy corn. It's not quite like a street corn, I would say. We got the French dip, but maybe we'll try one of the fries first. Okay, let's grab 2 of these fries. The fries are decent. The fries kind of have like this nuttiness, like this savoriness. Like I think the fries are being fried in beef tallow. Like that's what it tastes like. Pretty good. Like the oil flavor of the fries. Though I will say that they're not the fluffiest fries I've had. Like let me bite one open. They are a bit, why won't that focus? 1 second. Yeah, it might be hard to see. I don't know why it's having trouble focusing. Might be the lighting in here. But yeah, as you can see, the fries, they're a little bit chalky on the inside, a little bit mealy. But the flavor of the beef tallow that I think they're being fried in, very, very good. So yeah, they should keep doing that. Like they should keep frying them in that oil because it tastes great. All right, and lastly, let's try the French dip. Give this a try. It looks like it's being made with the delicious prime rib. I think that's what it said on the menu. And yeah, it looks like we got our horseradish here, and we got our jus here. So let's try. Let's put some horseradish on this guy. I'm a sucker for horseradish and prime rib, and it's a French dip, right? So we gotta dip it to get the full experience. So. Oh, that is delicious. You know, I feel like I put like a decent amount of horseradish, but I can't even taste the horseradish, interestingly. But oh my goodness, that like the roast beef inside is just so tender, and that jus, so fatty, so like rich. Oh my goodness. Sometimes when they give you jus, the meat itself sucks, and they just give you a jus to kind of like cover it up, and like the meat basically becomes like a blank slate to eat the sauce with. But the jus is very good here, and in this case, the jus complements the meat. Like this meat is just so tender, so fatty. Like indeed, this is probably the prime rib, or maybe like trimmings from the prime rib that they make here. And the prime rib here is legendary. So really, really good. And I like that they dice it up so that it makes it even like more tender, like even more like agreeable, like when you're chewing it, like really, really easy to chew. Juicy, fatty, some good seasoning as well. This bread that they served it on too. This bread is also nice and crispy yet soft on the inside. Guys, this French dip sandwich, really, really good. And the best French dip sandwich I've ever had was in LA at the legendary French dip sandwich places there. But guys, this is right behind those. Really, really, really good. So, and guys, we're gonna share final thoughts outside. All right, guys. So we just finished eating at a Bavette's, and yeah, I felt like it was really good. That steak was incredible. I mean, Fort Charles might have been the best steak. Not might have been. Fort Charles was the best steak I've ever had in my whole life. And you know this channel. You know I've eaten at a lot of steakhouses in the whole world. So Fort Charles was hands down the best steak I've ever had in my whole life. The ribeye steak there, but here, you know, the dry-aged New York strip steak here was the second best steak I've had in my whole life. Like, I think I still like the Fort Charles one more because of the way they perfectly had that fat, like, melt evenly throughout the whole steak. Like, it was just more tender, it was just more juicy, but this one was good too in its own way, and really it's just up to opinion which one you like better. And so Ben is still here, so you got to eat some of the seafood. So what did you think of Bavette's?
I also thought it was really good. You know, it's called Bavette's Steakhouse and Bar. So like when I ordered the seafood, I knew maybe that wasn't what they were known for. Like my lobster, I think parts of it were cooked better than others. The thinner tail, I thought honestly was getting a bit rubbery. But like overall, it was still a good lobster. And like to end on a positive note, I just want to emphasize like the staff were really good. I think considering that it's called Bavette's Steakhouse and how good the service was, I think I would come back. I'd probably just get the steak next time. Overall, I liked it. I agree with you about the corn. I thought mostly you just tasted the cheese.
Yeah.
But, like, the steak was good. The thing in their name, they do very well, and they're very nice about it.
And it seemed like you liked the crab cake, though.
I did.
Yeah.
I did really like the crab cake. And just like the steak, it was seared on both sides, and it was very tasty. And I know I mentioned this when the crab cake came to the table, but like it was really pure seasoned crab all the way through, which not every crab cake is. Sometimes they load it up with breadcrumbs and filler ingredients, and you get like this much crab. So like I got what I paid for, which is very important, I think, at any restaurant.
Good stuff, well spoken. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. So, yeah, have you eaten at Bavette's before? I mean, Bavette's is pretty much regarded as the best steakhouse in Chicago, and I would argue with how much I liked it, it's definitely up there, like just in general, one of the best steakhouses in America, I would say. Maybe North America, maybe even the world. I mean, it was that good. So, anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments because great minds eat alike. And as always, if you like my vids, like and subscribe. That way you stay up to date whenever I post another video. So until next time, guys, I'm gonna have a lot of fun exploring Chicago. It's a great food city, great town. So I'm glad to be back here. So until next time, I'll see you later.